Dr. Bikari, DG ACAC, Mr. Ramlal, Solicitor General, Mr. Munisami, Principal State Counsel, DPP, management team of MRA, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. I am pleased to welcome you all to the opening ceremony of the seminar on compliance with AML CFT International Standards, the MRA's perspective. Today's gathering brings together a diverse group of professionals and organizations from different sectors, united in our shared commitment to protect our economy from financial and other crimes, promoting its integrity. I am thankful to Dr. Bikari, DG ACAC, for being with us after a long gap, of course because of COVID restrictions. I am also honored to see so many distinguished guests, including representatives from our partner agencies, the private sector and civil society. Your presence here today is a testament to the importance of the work that we do and the collaborative efforts needed to achieve our common goals. This seminar provides a valuable opportunity to discuss the challenges we face in our fight against tax evasion and money laundering, and to explore new strategies and approaches to addressing these issues. It is also an opportunity for us to share with all relevant stakeholders the achievements of the Mauritius Revenue Authority in this area and highlight our role in supporting law enforcement agencies and promoting compliance with tax laws and regulations. Ladies and gentlemen, tax evasion and money laundering are the two sides of the same coin. Individuals and corporations use illegal means to avoid paying taxes, launder their money through different channels, and bring the money back into the economy. The impact of tax evasion and money laundering is not limited to the government's finances. It undermines the democracy, rule of law, and erodes trust in our financial and governance systems. It affects honest taxpayers who have to shoulder the burden of these evaders and launderers, putting a strain on our social programs and creating an unequal society. It has far-reaching consequences that impact all of us, from the wealthiest to the poorest members of our communities. To this end, we have placed the fight against tax evasion and money laundering high on our agenda at the MRA. The effective implementation of robust measures to avoid tax evasion and money laundering remains a key priority for all of us. As a proactive, futuristic and revenue-focused authority, MRA has embarked on a series of actions to curb these financial crimes for the benefit of our citizens. Indeed, it is essential to put more emphasis on tapping into the huge part of uncollected taxes which escapes the public purse through fraud or evasion. Our first step in combating tax evasion is to ensure our tax system is robust and transparent. We have established a comprehensive legal framework that outlines the rights and obligations of taxpayers and sets out the penalties for non-compliance. Our compliance program includes education and awareness-raising initiatives, providing guidance and support to taxpayers, and ensuring that taxpayers are aware of their obligations. To ensure compliance with our tax laws, since its inception in 2006, the MRA has established a dedicated department, namely the Fiscal Investigations Department, that is responsible for investigating cases of tax evasion. This department has the power to carry out audits, conduct investigations, and prosecute cases of tax evasion. We have also implemented a system that encourages individuals to report suspected cases of tax evasion, ensuring that our resources are focused on high-risk cases. In addition, we have implemented a range of measures to prevent tax evasion, including the use of technology and data analytics. We have invested in a state-of-the-art tax administration system that enables us to analyze data and identify discrepancies in tax returns. This system has been instrumental in detecting cases of tax evasion, and we are constantly upgrading it to ensure that it remains effective. Ladies and gentlemen, Mauritius is a signatory to the Multilateral Competent Authority Agreement and has started to exchange information under the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, that's OECD, Common Reporting Standard as from 2018. Information is also being exchanged on an automatic basis under Foreign Account Tax Compliance, that is FATCA, with the Internal Revenue Service since 5 years. Under the automatic exchange of information, we receive information from 104 jurisdictions and also provide information to 75 countries. On the other hand, our efforts to combat tax evasion also involve working closely with our partners in law enforcement agencies to investigate and initiate prosecution cases of tax evasion. We have established a strong working relationship with the ICAC, the FIU, the police, the IRSA, and other regulatory and supervisory agencies such as the Bank of Mauritius and the Financial Service Commission to share relevant information and intelligence to our investigations. We have signed MOU or Memorandum of Cooperation with most of these agencies. We also have regular meetings with Office of the DPP to seek valuable legal advice on investigations and prosecution cases, especially on complex issues. Through such cooperation and coordination, we have assisted in identifying and investigating cases of tax evasion that have links to other criminal activities such as money laundering. We recognize that tax evasion and money laundering are often closely linked and that our efforts to combat tax evasion can have a significant impact on preventing money laundering activities. Amendments were brought to the MRA Act such that we can now exchange information with authorities engaged in the fight against money laundering. As part of our efforts to assist law enforcement agencies in their fight against money laundering, we have set up a dedicated AML CFT unit within the Fiscal Investigation Department that ensures cooperation and coordination with all relevant stakeholders in parallel investigations and other investigations having a money laundering limb. Indeed, in parallel investigations, assessments are not being issued. In fact, as per the recently introduced provision in the MRA Act, MRA's sting assessments are claims to be raised in suspected tax evasion and money laundering cases. Tax evasion cases as predicate offences for money laundering are thus referred to ICAC for money laundering investigations. This process aims at ensuring successful conviction in courts for both tax evasion and money laundering offences. To further thwart money laundering activities, a dedicated anti-money laundering unit was created at Customs to control cross-border currency. In line with international standards, we have a system of currency declaration. The Custom Act makes provision for any person making a physical cross-border importation of currency or bearer negotiable instruments or precious stones and metals, including gold, diamond and jewelry, or any goods of high value, including work of arts, or of an amount of more than 500,000 rupees, or its equivalent in any foreign currency, has to make a declaration to customs about the origin and intended use of these items. Moreover, MRA has introduced online currency declaration procedures in 2018 to eliminate the hassle of manual procedures and facilitate the declaration process at customs by travelers. Around 225 MRA custom officers have participated in some 20 training programs, workshops, conferences, and discussion forums on anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing conducted locally, always as in-house at the MRA Training Academy and Regional Training Center. To promote cooperation and sharing of information, the Custom Act was amended to cater for cooperation and sharing of information with enforcement and investigating bodies such as ICAC, FIU, and police, and investigations into suspicious cases of money laundering. There has been an increase in the number of information shared with FIU. In fact, 361 currency declaration information were sent to FIU in 20 and 527 in 22. During the year 2022, 9 cases were referred to ICAC on suspicion of smuggling, and in 37 cases, administrative sanctions were applied. The amount of rupees 2.5 million in terms of penalty for breach of laws concerning the physical cross-border transportation of currency were collected in 2022-20, and this amount increased to nearly 6 million in 2022. Today, the MRA and other law enforcement agencies are building the bridge, which would now ensure that tax evaders will not only be subject to assessments and prosecutions under revenue laws by the MRA, but will also face the risks to be prosecuted for money laundering offences, having tax evasion as predicate offence. In fact, the ultimate objective is that tax evaders and money launderers should be deprived of their criminal proceeds. Ladies and gentlemen, we acknowledge that money laundering is a persistent threat and requires a collaborative and sustained approach. As such, we remain committed to collaborating with our partners in law enforcement agencies, the private sector, and civil society to combat this issue and protect the integrity of our financial system. Indeed, we will win the fight against tax evasion and money laundering if all stakeholders cooperate in a concerted, coordinated, and collaborative approach. This seminar is one of the different forums that will enable us to achieve this purpose. In conclusion, I want to reaffirm our commitment to fight against tax evasion and money laundering. We are dedicated to implementing policies and measures that are effective and efficient, and we will continue to collaborate with our partners. I wish to thank all our distinguished guests, my management team, the participants and all the persons who in one way or another have contributed to hosting this event today. I also wish to thank all the law enforcement agencies for their continuous support and collaboration in our joint fight to track down criminals. On a final note, I look forward to hearing from the distinguished speakers and experts who will share their insights and experiences with us. Our discussion today will lead to innovative ideas and concrete actions to combat these serious issues. I hope you find today's event informative, engaging, and productive. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you fruitful deliberations in this seminar. Thank you.